I think it's close to impossible to find someone else who loves the sport of arm wrestling more than Engin Terzi. Engin lives, eats, and breathes arm wrestling. He thinks about arm wrestling, I think, 24/7. He's one of the most passionate, one of the most educated, and one of the most dangerous arm wrestlers ever. Today we're going to take a look and figure out what did we learn from Engin Terzi versus Arthur Makarov, the second match. So the footage you're seeing right now is their first meeting in 2019. They set up this super match. It was good, entertaining super match. 3-2, Arthur Makarov won. Engin is one of the most dangerous arm wrestlers for one good reason. He's so smart. He understands exactly what the opponent does, and he knows his limits, and he knows what he can do. So when I'm saying he's one of the most dangerous arm wrestlers, that's what I mean. So from this match, he got a lot of data. He understood a lot of things happen in this match that will help him in future matches. I don't know how many times this match got canceled for the second time, but they tried to do it, I think, in March, in May, and, all the things didn't just go through. But finally, on June 12th, we got to see Arthur Makarov versus Engin Terzi for the second time. Engin knew exactly what he needs to do. He knew exactly where he needs to hit, and I think a lot of people didn't put too much money on him for the reason that, he's much older than Arthur. He's 46, 47 years old. Arthur maybe top 3 in the world in 75 kilo class, at close to his peak, or, living his peak, to be honest. And I remember just talking about this match. I always thought that one of the most dangerous things is hungry Engin Terzi. Engin understands arm wrestling, I think, better than most people on the planet. He's on that 99.9999 percentage. And I think this match really showed that. By being really smart, understanding what you need to do, and just focusing on result, understanding your limits, you can do a lot of things. Well, if you know the result, you know it didn't go as planned, but just let's take a look at it. So round 1, they get the strap. They both agree for the strap. Little fight in between. And boom, it starts. Engin hits real hard, and he was talking that all he needs to do is get on his pronator, get on Arthur's pronator, and get it, as low as possible. Just not thinking about hand control, not thinking about winning the back pressure, anything else. Just a lot of back pressure, a lot of side pressure, and a lot of pronation. So round 2 is where, things got not so good. Still, Engin, powerhouse. He had a lot of endurance. He looked really ready. A lot of fighting in the center of the table, in the strap. Engin hits, gets really deep on his pronator, and gets the win. And now you can see Engin touching his arm. At this point, Engin didn't know, but he had a partial tear on the distal bicep tendon. I really believe if that wouldn't happen, I think it would be 3-0. And after that, I don't know what happened. But I would say Engin would win because he was better at technique, stronger, faster, everything. He just, execution was on point. But we live in reality where Engin did get injured. And this made this round more exciting. But I really feel his pain. Like here, he already did it with a huge bicep injury. He posted a picture on Facebook where you can see that his bicep has slid down, and he was sitting there. We talked a little bit. We talked a lot, to be honest, about this, and I feel his pain. He prepared so long. He tried real hard, and it's not that he was weaker. It's not that he mess something up. Injury just happened. And of course, when you go that hard, and I think there's not a lot of people that can go as hard as Engin Terzi. I knew, after he got the foul on the 3rd round, he knows it's over. But he still tried. He tried to hit as fast as he could, and maybe something would, give in Arthur's arm. But yeah, it was done. So the match ended like this. It just finished. There was no round 4 and 5. Arthur won the rest of the rounds because Engin couldn't continue. Now I don't know if he's doing surgery or what's happening there, but he's already talking about retiring. He still has left hand, and that left hand is still very nasty. And Engin is one of those people that you need to watch. You need to understand how his brain works. His brain works in arm wrestling mode way better than most people do. And however, whatever he keeps doing, like East versus West event was his event, and he did already, like, this was the third event this year in Turkey, that had amazing arm wrestling matches. And whatever he keeps doing, it's either, write a book, write a book about arm wrestling, coach. I don't know. There's so many things that he can do, and where he still is great value to the community. He just doesn't need to read comments, never read comments. But I think a lot of people can take away a lot of things from this. It's especially if you're like, oh, I'm 40 years old or 50 years old, or what should I, should I still pursue? Yeah, you still should pursue being the strongest one, not strongest one at your age group. Engin is a clear example of that. Of course, he's top of the game, top of the chain, but I think he showed how smart you need to be to figure stuff out. And when you can figure stuff out, you can surprise the world. And for 2 rounds, he surprised everyone. I think there wasn't a lot of people that really thought that Engin would beat Arthur Makarov, especially when they meet second time. Yeah, I really didn't talk. We talk a lot with Arthur, but I didn't ask him, like, what's his shape. He said he's in, decent shape, but he didn't specify, how does he feel, better, worse than in nationals or something else, which really doesn't matter. I think it was a great showing. There's good lessons to be learned here. I'm very excited to see what happens with Arthur. Will he get motivation? Because however you look at this, he got spanked twice. He got spanked in nationals, and he got spanked right here by Engin Terzi. So I think this will give him more motivation, more ways to improve his arm wrestling skills, game, power, whatever. Everything that is not there should be there, because he's also one of those amazing athletes. Look at his genetics. He's just built for this sport. So I'm very excited to see what happens next. I wish Engin fast healing, and I can't wait to see him back on arm wrestling table. He's one of those guys that, it's really interesting to see what he has figured out. The opponents, he's still like 46, 47. I'm sorry, but he's still on top of the game, So clear clue that arm wrestling is kind of forever. So those are the things that we learned. Full video of the match is in description. Stay strong and love arm wrestling.